Yo, what is going on? It's your boy, the Only Pixel 19, or Duality, whichever one you guys prefer. As you guys know, it is that time of the week. It is a time for another Thursday mashup stream. I see some new names in the chat, and some familiar ones as always. Hello, Benko757, who's about to eat an Italian sub from a local place. Sounds good. Hello, Adriel.f.l. Hello, Zombie Striker Mashups, 1 a.m. here. Music, stop. There we go. Hello, Zombie Striker Mashups, 1 a.m. tuning in from Greece. Hello, welcome to my stream. I'm sorry that it is 1 a.m. and I cannot stream earlier than this. Hopefully you're not losing out on too much sleep by attending, but thanks for showing up. I might not stay for long. I'm watching on data right now and it's not being friendly. Please don't waste all of your data to watch this stream. Find a solid internet connection is always my recommendation. On Dead-3, I was listening to Subtronics' new album. I did not know. Actually, I saw a YouTube recommendation for a new. Was it Subtronics and Millennium? Did I read that correctly? Which is a interesting collaboration to say. I just got a crazy DM. A toilet that times your piss and puts it on ranked leaderboards against other pissers. Thoughts? That is a message I will respond to after the stream. Hello, Seek the Self. How's it going? Greetings, Mashup. I am Listener. Hello, Listener. Nice to meet you. I've already got the first request in. I'm going to give a heads up now. Google has forced my Mashup request form, which has worked beautifully for the last 7 or 8 years, give or take. It has forced it to like some new format. So if it's broken, I am sorry, but it looks like it still works. So as long as it still works, it works. So cannot be too mad. Also, for anyone that was curious, the song that was playing while the stream was starting was "Divide" by Hajimari and Amaryllis. All right, we've got our first mashup of the stream. We're gonna jump right into it. I know normally I like to take a little bit of time, catch up with the squad. How's everyone doing? But my life has been pretty uneventful, and we've already got a mashup. We've got our first request from Undead. Wants me to mash up "All for Nothing" by Pauline, Her, and Lizdek with "What Are You Waiting For" VIP by Stonebank. Let me actually toggle this thing real quick. Actually, I guess the one thing that's interesting is the Monster Cat Best of Voting opens up next Monday, which is today's Thursday, so it's that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So in 4 days, which means part 3 of my ranking every Monster Cat song tier list thing. I have to do it this weekend, and I have to choose my favorite songs. So it's all lined up until this moment. I cannot complain. I guess there's that. And I'm excited for Christmas, for the holidays, my favorite time of year. Not much snow going on as of late. What was the intro song? I'm glad I already answered that. I will say it again though, just in case. "Divide" by Amaryllis and Hajimari. You sure know how to mess up my sleep schedule, Lemao. It is not my fault. Listen, we should blame whoever invented time zones. That is the person to complain about. Who sleeps nowadays? Me. I sleep. I've been falling asleep a lot more lately. I need to fix my sleep schedule, get a lot more sleep. I've used caffeine to the point I'm DNA fused with it. Caffeine has never really done anything for me, but also I guess it helps that I just don't drink anything that's like really caffeinated. I'm not a tea guy, I'm not a coffee guy. I'm just a water enjoyer. Save and save. Other pictures as if it's some exclusive title. I fell too deep into Western politics, Lamau. A good mashup to bring things back down is a good thing. That's fair. We will definitely try to get some good mashups going. Also, I got 200 hours on Lizdek this year. I'm number one listener XD. Who up spreading the holiday joy? H20 is always great. Oh yeah, so I don't get Spotify Wrapped because I don't use Spotify. I did get my SoundCloud Wrapped. So there's a SoundCloud recap for listeners, and then there's also a SoundCloud recap for producers, for like the people that upload stuff. And obviously I upload stuff on SoundCloud, and it's always so wild to me that there are people that listen to my stuff of course. Not as big of a surprise nowadays, but apparently somebody listened to listened to my stuff 1,000 times this year, which is wild. I wonder what they are listening to. My discography is too expansive. But it's always really funny to just see that. Also, apparently I have a lot of friends in Montreal. So I got Montreal, that's my backyard. I got to go to Montreal at some point and say hello to everybody. And then second on the list was Ho Chi Minh in Vietnam, I think. So very wide variety. Means I just got to go to Vietnam soon. Check out all the fans. And Chicago, I think, was third. At least on SoundCloud. Same, my sleep schedule is so fucked up. I've been falling asleep at 3 a.m. It's fucked. It makes me miss streams. I've worked way too many hours this week to go to sleep past 10. See, ideally I go to sleep by like midnight and then I wake up at around like 7. But I've like been slowly pushing it. Like I've been sleeping at 1 and I get up at like 7:30. And then lately I've been going to sleep at like almost 2. And it's like, no, I gotta tilt it back the other way. It doesn't help because I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to sleep. And then I remember I haven't uploaded a YouTube short that day. I haven't uploaded a YouTube short today either. So that's something I know I'm going to have to do before I go to sleep. Like I'm about to go to sleep. I'm ready to turn off my computer. And I'm like, shoot, I didn't upload a YouTube short today. So I go to do that. It doesn't even take me that much time, but it's the fact that I'm just like, I'm about to go to sleep. I've already done everything else I want to do. Pause. I still got to make a YouTube short. All right, what do we got here? So this is also volume warning. 3, 2, 1. Alrighty, so enough delaying, enough chitter chatter, enough beating around the bush. I've never heard this song before. No expectations. What you waiting for? I think I see the vision. I see the potential here. What'd you say? Lizdek said, and I quote, 148 BPM, F sharp minor, might be 147, I forgot. We're gonna find out right now what tempo it is. So 148, let's see. It is not 148. It is 147. I'm glad I could help Lizdek. All right, that's 147, and then Stonebanks, what are you waiting for? VIP, that's 138? I think we're going to want to speed this one up. Although the mastering, like it sounds chonky. The Stonebank one sounds chonkier. We'll speed up the Stonebank one. 138. I've worked with I already read that. This song is pretty new. Yeah, I was gonna say Lizdek and Pauline Her collaborating is not a surprise to me, but I just feel like unless there's another song, I don't think I've heard this song before, and it makes me feel better about myself if it's new that I have not heard the song yet. I never knew there was a VIP. Damn. Yeah, there was. There was a bunch of VIPs of like Rocket League songs. I want to say 5 years ago, and this was one of them. All right, I've got my 5-minute timer in the bottom right. I think I'm just gonna press play, and we're gonna see what we can do. All right, 3, 2, 1, play. All right, here we go. There's this, which is kind of a drop, and then there's this, which is like the real drop. Okay, drop number 2. Okay, now we just gotta shrink everything. EQ out the Stonebank track. I think the Lizdek track is a little more punchier, got a little more oomph to it. I had no idea I could resize multiple channels at once. I don't even know how I did that. Actually, I think I know how I did that. It was like I do this and then I did this. Ooh, I did not know you could do that. That is crazy. Only downside is I don't think I can undo that. Oh, I can undo that. You learn something new every day in FL. FL Studio is such a miraculous program. Alright, I want to do some nice sidechain. Fruity balance. On the topic of getting enough sleep, I feel like I'm still waking up. If I'm a little slow, that is why. Okay. Hit him with the reverse sidechain. What do you even call this? What is the technical term, right? Sidechain is when you lower volume to make space for another element. What is the reverse of that? Otherwise, I'm just going to keep calling it a reverse sidechain because I guess technically not wrong. Chill Make Believe might go well with the Stonebank song. Is that a Monster Cat song? I need to listen to more Chill. I never knew there was a VIP Dam, High Sound Dicks, High Pastime. What song is this? That is a good question. Let me update this text over here in the bottom left that I have not utilized. It is All for Nothing X. What are you waiting? Oh, this is a long text. In brackets, VIP. Hello, Sci-Fi Blambient 8139. Main chain, other side chain. True. I like main chain. That's kind of hard. It's like you're injecting into the main frame. Okay. I'm thinking of just doing a simple crossfade, something like this. Okay, I know the timer went off. I'm going to do one last thing. I'm going to turn off the sidechain slowly. Alright, there we go. Pretty straightforward mashup. Nothing particularly too crazy. I think if I was to go a little more detailed into the stuff, there's definitely a couple parts in this song where there's just like these gaps, for example. I mean, like there's a fake out right here, right? I could just cut this out. Like this. Kind of like that. I think there's a couple opportunities like that in the actual song here. That or like when the kicks just disappear, right? Like, we don't need this side chain here. We do need that side chain. Stuff like that. What do we got over here? I'm not going to go too much into it, but yeah, that could probably be improved upon in this mashup. Otherwise, I think it would have been nice to experiment with the stem extraction, see if there's anything, like, that could be isolated. Like, I think the most ethereal, or the best part of the what are you waiting for is the, what do you call it, like, the main lead? Like, where is it? Right here? Like, if I could just get that, like, hardstyle-esque lead, just the hardstyle-esque lead, and then just layer it with this, that'd probably be so much more of an interesting mashup to do. But I think just layering them in 5 minutes, throw an EQ on it, sidechain, call it a day. It's good for what it is. All right, we're gonna play this out in full. Here we go. This is All for Nothing. So we need a mashup title for this. All for Nothing and What Are You Waiting For? All for you. All for what are you? What are you? All for Nothing? No, I don't know. You guys can think of something. Here we go. Wait. Oh, this is a long intro. We're just gonna, you know what we're gonna do? No intro. Screw intros. Hit him with one of these. I got all the way to the end just to hear an audio click. Might just be that impact. Whatever. That was a fun combo. I liked it. Let me catch up on the chat here. You're so fast at producing mashups, lol. I mean, if it's low effort like this and almost 10 years of experience, you know a thing or two. You get down to the shortcuts and you get into a workflow. Go to starting match. The second drop could work with Stonebank's The Power. How's the power go again? We got the power. I mean, the power is A minor. It's either A minor or A sharp minor. It would be weird. Might have to be like harmonic, or you have to like extract some stuff. But I could see what you mean. Like the sound design is there. The sound design in the Lizdek track, there's some similarities there. Barely hear the original What You're Waiting For in it, Lamau. Waiting for Nothing. I like that one. All for Nothing VIP. By the way, if you polish it up in the future, let me know. I could send this to Lizdek. I don't know if this would be something I'd want to send to Lizdek. If I was to send anything to Lizdek, hold on, I gotta plug the homie. If you're gonna send anything to Lizdek, you should plug here. What is it? Cosmilk HB1 enter. This was a mashup that was made for the 14th? No, what was it? 14th anniversary of Monster Cat for the Call of the Wild. HB1, aka Hyper Bill 1, is a mashup I created for Monster Cat's weekly Call of the Wild radio show. Features part of the Simulcat's most recent takeover episode. We had a fortune of hosting. I cannot speak. Hosting an episode celebrating Monster Cat's 14th anniversary. I'll play one drop, but if you guys haven't heard this one, I would definitely recommend. And then it goes into other songs. I guess if you guys have already heard this mashup, you may not have heard the third drop. Anyways, this was a collab with Atura, right? Yeah, it looks like Atura has already found this. So if you're gonna send anything to Lizdek, I would recommend that mashup. Not this one. Do not send that one to Lizdek. File, export, zip to package. Alrighty. New week, new saving convention. Where's my stream mashups folder? Today is 2025-12-04 because I didn't stream last week. I was sick, unfortunately. I like Waiting for Nothing. I like that one. So I'm going to do Waiting for Nothing. Enter. There we go. Does the key change on the second drop? In All for Nothing, I don't think the key changes, but what happens is the progression changes. I don't know if it's technically like a musical mode change as well, because it goes from like this like melody that like progresses and changes to like a sustained note, right? Like it's just one note. It's one sustained note throughout the entire drop, and that's maybe why it almost feels like it's either clashing or changing or different compared to the first drop or compared when layered with the other song here. Because this is obviously F sharp minor. But if you listen to the bass note, I know it's hard to hear the bass note because it's EQ'd out, right? But there's like... So like there's that progression. So it's still F sharp minor, but it's just one note. So it at times might just sound out of key or sound weird. Because that melodic progression is not there anymore. It progresses in other ways. Oh, here it changes. And then it changes back here. So it just progresses differently, but it's still F sharp minor, I believe. And if not, it might be harmonic, but it is not out of key. Well, I guess, yeah, it might be changing key, but not substantially. I don't think that it changes. I think an earthquake just hit. Might just send this stream clip XD. Okay, but like what kind of earthquake are we talking here? We were just talking about earthquakes in the last live stream. What magnitude? That's the word I'm looking for. So, next mashup of the stream we've got is Sondix Wants Me to Mash Up Trigger by Fox Stevenson. And Just Don't Mind, also by Fox Stevenson. Apparently it's C sharp major and C minor. Let me get my trusty melodic sheet here, my little cheat sheet here. If your metadata is correct, let's see, C sharp major is Just Don't Mind. Ah, it's this song. Just don't mind. And I'm acting like I just don't mind. Dun, 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 dun. So 150, 150 looks about right. So now we've been getting earthquakes for like a week or maybe more right now. 5.5 was the biggest. A 4.1 hit yesterday. ProQ 5.5 is already released! Exclamation mark. 5.5 is quite a size. At that point, it's still like it's not really. There's not much damage, right? But it's still like noticeably shaking, right? That's wild though. Stay safe. Find a table, hide under it. Worst joke I made this year, actually. I want to submit a mashup request through the form, but one song isn't on SoundCloud. Can I leave the space where it asks for the song link blank? You can link a YouTube video if you'd prefer. I just cannot guarantee that I can actually get the music acquired through means that I will not elaborate on. But that's why I asked for a SoundCloud link. Just don't mind. Okay, I think Just Don't Mind technically changes keys. Maybe it doesn't. We'll see. Okay. Sounds good. That sounds so old. How old is Trigger? I'm double checking this right now. How old is Trigger? My bet is on 2014. Oh, 2013. Wait, hold on. 2013, October. So it was almost 2014. That's old. Forget about that's definitely one of Fox Stevenson's songs, let me tell you. It is definitely one of Fox Stevenson's songs. About choices, just get to it. Okay, I've never heard this song before, so this is out of left field. Whenever I hear Fox Stevenson, I just think of drum and bass. Anything that's not drum and bass, and it's just like, what is this? This is also not 150. We're gonna speed up the old song. All dubstep sounds more fun at 150. So keep your ears to the ground. Okay, if the other one is apparently C sharp major, that is A sharp minor. If the other one is C minor, so I could in theory pitch this down 2 keys. We're gonna do 1 key down, 1 key up. Maybe that'll work. The problem is they're major minor, so like it might not even work that nicely. I think I'm just gonna get rid of the vocals and trigger because it's a little distracting. We'll see what happens. But I've lined up the songs. I'm gonna trust your metadata is correct, and we're just gonna roll with it. YouTube has been getting more annoying with their anti-download measures lately. Sad face. It'd be like that sometimes. Crazy that we can tell the age from 0.5 seconds. Third drop is drum and bass, if I recall correctly. Of this song, I gotta go double check that. Steve Stevenson, true. Didn't even know that he was singing on dubstep back then, dude. He sang on rhythm on his new album LMAO. Well, not really rhythm per se, but like that kind of a wumpy track. Yeah, his rhythm is fun. Crazy that he made dubstep in C minor even. He was ahead of the time. He was juggling with dangerous ideas. I love when I'm extracting stems and my camera immediately just drops frames. Ugh. What's everyone's plans for the weekend? I'm looking forward to the weekend, kind of. I'm kind of looking forward to the weekend. I'm kind of not looking forward to it, but I'm kind of looking forward to it. It's getting really busy at work for me, so one weekend past means one day closer to not being busy at work. I've got some Pokemon Go shenanigans I'm doing this weekend. Community Day, December Community Day, if anyone's into that. And I guess I got the live stream. I'm going to be live streaming this Saturday. We got to do part 3 of my tier list. I like to think the camera is extracting the stems. True, this camera right here is actually the MVP of my streams. I could not do anything without it. Could not do anything without it. The camera's extracting the stems. This webcam has given me more value in my life than anything else when compared to the amount of money I had to purchase to get it. I mean, I didn't technically buy this. I got it from my family and the old family desktop setup. I guess they didn't see the true value that a 2002 Logitech webcam would provide. And any second now, Ableton recently added a stem separator in their DAW. I've been wanting to experiment to see if it's better than FL. To be honest, it probably is better than FL Studios. Will not lie. All right, I'm hiding those vocals.
Close to stop for a minute. I never get too close. And I'm acting like I just don't mind. I'm trucking over. Acting like I just don't mind.
I have no thoughts. I'm gonna extract this one as well. You know what? I feel like I'm just gonna extract that one. See if I can get it closer in melodies. Or I should probably just pull out the FL. I should probably just pull out the Superstar stem. I'm feeling stuck here at an impasse. Still trying to get comfortable from the move. Been too lazy to do home stuff on weekdays. I feel that. Hopefully I can make some progress this weekend. Gonna watch FNAF 2 tomorrow though. I want to watch FNAF, but I've just never gotten around to it. FNAF was a huge part of, I would say, like my high school growing up experience, because I was into it. I followed that stuff in depth. I was also, because I didn't have a good computer at the time. I would play the FNAF games on my mobile phone. Like I beat like 420 mode on the first FNAF. I couldn't beat 1020 mode on mobile because my phone was just not strong enough to play it. And then I got the third game. I only got to I got to the 6th night and I couldn't go farther because my phone wasn't strong enough. And then I bought FNAF 4 for mobile and I couldn't get past the 2nd night. It was just a fluke that I even got past the first night because it was just so slow. But I've got a special place in my heart for FNAF. I still keep up with the new games. Like I'll watch Markiplier play it for good old time's sake. But I was like, I gotta watch FNAF, the original, and I haven't. And then now there's FNAF 2, and I'm like, I gotta watch that one, but I just have not gone around to it. Ironically, like I just don't like horror, but like FNAF is an exception in my heart. Ableton has some time warping and instant repitching for mashups is way better. It does. Yeah, I do know that the stretch algorithms on Ableton are better than FL Studio. I will give Ableton that dub. The worst part about FL is how it takes ages to repitch a sample. That's only if you don't. I mean, you can do live. Was it stretch mode? Is live repitching. Hello, OnlyPix19. I'm tomorrow to go to Abu Dhabi. Good luck on your. Wait, where's Abu Dhabi? I feel like I know where that is, but I completely forgot where that is. But have fun on your trip. Capital of UAE. Yo, that's sick. One day I'd like to go visit the Burj Dubai. That's what it's called, right? Burj Dubai, tallest tower in the world. I've always had like a fascination with really tall towers when I was younger, especially because I grew up with like the CN Tower right behind me, one of the tallest freestanding buildings in the world. I think it used to be the tallest it was a freestanding building because it wasn't a building, but it was like a tower. I don't remember the semantics. It had a world record at one point. All right, give me that Torontonian pride. But then the Burj Dubai came out, and I'm like, that's sick. That's sick. I love big architecture like that. But yeah, have fun on your trip to Abu Dhabi. Superstar is the way. FNAF was elementary for me. Kind of stopped following after Sister Location. Is it just me or is he lagging? He lagging because he's stems extracting? Yeah, I should be good now. I'm acting like I just don't mind. I have an error on my screen. Can I do? There we go. I've got an error on my screen. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming, and it's just because my computer's putting too much effort into what do you call this? into extracting stems. Extracting stems. We should be good now.
I never get too close to closure, or working out what's on my mind, 'cause everything keeps boiling over, and I'm acting like I just don't mind. I'm trying to keep up my composure while looking for a place to hide, 'cause everything keeps boiling over, just don't mind. I'm acting like I just don't mind. I never get too close to over.
Yeah, it's definitely major minor clashing. We're just gonna roll with it. I've procrastinated too long on making the mashup, so we're just gonna put everything into channels, and I'm gonna start the timer, and we'll see what we can do. I have an idea for what we could do, but keep the expectations low. That's all I'm gonna say, I guess. There we go. I'm gonna also catch up on the chat real quick, and then I'm gonna get going. I have the Lego Burj Khalifa next right now. Extracting stems, change text. Thank you for the heads up. This is just don't mind X trigger. There we go. What do we got? Just don't trigger. Just don't trigger is the only thing that comes to mind. All right, let's start the timer. What are we doing?
I never get too close to closure, or working out what's on my mind, 'cause everything keeps boiling over, and I'm acting like I just don't mind. Over my.
So I have an idea, right? What if I just do, well, first off, are the bubbles only here?
Everything keeps boiling.
No, 1, 2, 3, 4, vocals. Boop. There's the bubbles. Isn't that what it's called? Bubble bass? Okay, something like this. Oh, delete that. this, do this, this. Okay, I don't like that. So we're gonna undo that. But I am gonna layer that and just hope that that'll stand out enough. Something like this. Okay. B, V, oh shoot, did not mean to do that. C, B, back, B, back, C, B, shift, B, 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 Control Z. Huge place, huge place. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, gonna cut all this. I realized I've fooled around too long early on in this. Do this. Okay, I'm gonna give an extra like few minutes just because I guess I wasted way too much time trying to execute an idea that I didn't even finish.
I never get too close to closure or working out what's on my mind. Just trying to acting like I just don't mind. Like I just don't mind. Being over, don't mind.
This part actually sounds kind of cool.
Don't mind. Too close.
Alright, I'm just gonna cut all of these out. This will effectively be the outro. It's not the nicest outro, but it's an outro. Alright, and I'm done. I'm done. We've done it. Did you ever look for the drum and bass drop? I did not, but I guess it is right here. Let me tell you, that sounds like drum and bass. Alright, so this is Don't Mind and Trigger. Shoot, I didn't even make a proper intro. Well, I could probably just cut this and shrink over like that. There we go. I could probably do this as well. There we go. We've got an intro. Alright, this is my mashup of Just Don't Mind and Trigger. Here we go.
I never get too close to closure or working out what's on my mind, 'cause everything keeps boiling over and I'm acting like I just don't mind. I'm trying to keep up my composure while looking for a place to hide, 'cause everything keeps boiling over and I'm acting like I just don't mind. Just don't mind. I never get too close to closure or working out what's on my mind, 'cause everything keeps boiling over and I'm acting like I just don't mind. I'm trying to keep up my composure while looking for a place to hide, 'cause everything keeps boiling over and I'm acting like I just don't mind.
For an impromptu outro, I will take it. Definitely not the best work I've done, but it's definitely a body of work, so I'll take what I can get. Did you ever, oh, no DNB drop? Yeah, the problem with, like, changing genres mid-request is it's already work making one mashup. Taking a body of work that has an unquantized, like, it'd be easier to put in my own, like, drum and bass speed up, if that makes sense. Like, either I make a mashup that is drum and bass, or I make a mashup that is dubstep. I don't really want to do both, because then I'd also have to, like, re-stretch all of the parts in between it, which is why, like, for example, with Tiptoe, right? Because that has 2 tempos, I think. I might be thinking of another song, but like, there's a number of mashups that I've gotten requests for where it's like one drop is one genre and one drop is another genre. It's like you gotta do one or the other. Yeah, this is not my greatest work. The fact that it's harmonically clashing definitely doesn't help. I think I saw Sonic mention, oh yeah, I wish the stuff extraction artifacts weren't so noticeable. I think if there was actually vocals singing here, it wouldn't be as noticeable, because there's supposed to be instruments here, which probably would have masked it better. But it adds more harmonic clashing. Maybe there would have been vocals here that could have fit to help fill in the gap here. And then it's just really old dubstep issues with newer, not so prevalent dubstep issues. It is what it is. I guess only step forward is to save this and move on to the next one. What was the suggestion we got? The only idea I had was just don't trigger, which I guess I will do. Just don't trigger. There we go. Hi Duel, just submitted. Hello Eric James online. As FFT is overrated TBH. I don't know what that is, unfortunately. Or is that just stem extraction? True, second drop is sick. It was definitely, I don't know what's worse, aged dubstep or aged drum and bass. And I felt like either direction there was going to be brutal. So, it is what it is. We'll move on to the next mashup. So, next request I've got is from Zombie Striker. So, they've requested that I mash up Space Invaders by Temanite and MDK and Grit by Boss Fight. I hope Zombie Striker? I hope Zombie Striker is still around. I know they said they were in Greece, which is 1 a.m. I've downloaded the music, so obviously I know what Grit sounds like. I don't know what what was the other song? Space Invaders. I don't know what Space Invaders sounds like, so I do want to peep that real quick. But yeah, if Zombie Striker went to bed, completely understandable, but I will move on. They're still here. All right, that's good to hear. Then in that case, we're gonna get right on this shortly. So apparently, Space Invaders is 128 G minor and Grit is 128 E minor, which I don't think it's harmonic, is it? No, it's not. It's not harmonic, but sometimes you can get away with some silly shenanigans with those two keys for whatever reason. I'm not a music theory guy. I'm just a we'll see what happens kind of guy. So they both 128 apparently. Yes. Yes. Give me a drop. Give me a drop. Give me a drop. There we go. Give me some room. I'm throwing elbows. Okay. There's the drop. What is the game plan here? What is my game plan here? What if we did Nightcore boss fight? I like the idea of that. Nightcore boss fight. Yeah? Yeah? Okay, one of these, so what did I do? So if this is G minor, I pitched it up 3 keys. No, I pitched up Grit 3 keys, which is F, F sharp, G? Oh, yeah, F, F sharp, G. Yeah, yeah, that would work. That is why it works. I have made them both G minor. Yep, that explains everything. Thank you for learning music theory with me. Let me catch up on the chat here before I lock in. There are tracks from like 2016, 17 that used to be baller, but then higher quality dubstep comes out and it suddenly ages like shit. Such is the nature of genre, unfortunately. Wilted rose emoji. It's for the best. I don't know if IMO, that old dubstep sound just hits different, but yeah, it doesn't mix well with modern stuff. Whenever I listen back to old dubstep, I try to think like, I try to analyze what it is exactly that is aged about it. Because, yeah, there's some, like, old dubstep that still slaps. Most of the time, I think what it just comes down to is it's just, like, volume and, like, cleanliness, I guess, if that makes sense. Like, you can have sound design that's, like, very aged. But, like, back then, I guess people weren't so cognizant of, like, EQing the low end to make space in the mix. And instead, it was just, like, I guess not fighting for loudness. So you were able to get by with, like, a worse mixed track, I suppose. Because I feel like there's definitely, like, muddy, like, music that I would consider messy that is released nowadays, which is just, like, white noise, wall, like, Lost Lands adjacent music. I don't know. I'd just be saying stuff. Chop Pantra Space Invader sounded so good in that key. I kind of miss that late to 2010s Brostep sound though. Like, good for the UK dubstep fans having their moments, but I'm too attached to American flavor to get into ISO and them. This sounds so blurst. I have arrived. Hello, fan of Portal 2. So real, I'm sad so many artists have moved to that UK sound now. Like, Fabric was so fucking unique, and now it's just generic UK stuff. I don't know, maybe I'm just salt. I have a Google Translate button just in the middle of Sondix's message. There we go. I'm so salty because Colorbase died, LMAO. I mean, Chime said Colorbase lives on in the underground. Shout out Neoluminum. This is why you should expand your horizons. Neoluminum Colorbase is also the newer stuff though. Dive in a bit, see what you can find. See what you can find. I've always loved trap music, and the new, like, quote unquote UK sound is basically exactly what I enjoy. So I can't complain. My only complaint is that since so many people are trying the genre now, it does definitely feel like there's an oversaturation of it. But I'm happy. I'm not. What's that one meme, like, oh yippee, 2 cakes, right? That's kind of how I feel about it. But it does allow me to be picky, I guess. I'm kind of sad that Stable Valley has stopped releasing as frequently for whatever reason. But that also just means that, like, the likes of Night Mode is still doing stuff. A lot of artists, well, ever since I've been catching up with Monster Cat, it seems like Monster Cat's been signing quite a bit of, like, artist interpretations of, like, freeform bass, as they call it. I like it. I'm a filthy UK bass trap music snob. All right, enough talking. Let's get into it. 3, 2, 1, play. That is a crazy sound. I want to EQ Space Invaders, I think. Okay. We're just gonna go straight into the build-up. None of this long storytelling stuff. No one cares about the story. They care about the drop. Actually, we could do a little bit of storytelling. A little bit of storytelling as a treat. If I do this, that should work. Control delete. There we go. I need more high end. I need more high end on grit. Grit is just not gritty enough. could be fun. This could be fun. Hold on, hold on. Control C, Control V. Yep. So the second drop's halftime, right? Does this song have halftime? Does not have halftime, so I will make the executive decision to skip it. Okay, how much time? I got 1 minute. 1 minute is all I need. We gotta shrink this even more. Oh. Nope. There we go. Holy cow, this song is long. Do this, do that, hope for the best. Hard. Do I have enough time to speedrun sidechaining? No, but I'm still gonna do it anyways, and there's nothing you can do about it. Got him. We'll do some quick sidechain. I'm sidechaining the wrong song, actually. Oh, we gotta sidechain this one. Fruity Balance. Ruining my vibe here. I am trying to sidechain. The people want sidechain. They have spoken. There we go. Okay, and drop 2. There we go. Alright, there we go. Mashup's done. We need, I didn't change the text. Grit X Space Invaders. What is it going to be? Grit Invaders? Space Grit? Space Grit or Grit Invaders? That's one of those two is probably going to be it. There we go. Let me catch up on the chat here. There's some SoundCloud artists I wish had a stage presence, let alone would perform in the US. Example, Punishment, Renipla, etc. I mean, I think that is an understandable want, but the one thing to keep in mind is always, if they're not from the US, that is why they are not playing in the US. Because acquiring a US visa to perform is a nightmare. It's why I haven't performed in the US. I've had a couple of promoters, like, way back in the day, asked me to play in the US, and I had to be like, no, because I'm Canadian. Why don't I get any Canadian promoters in my DMs? I need them hitting me up. I'll play a grimy club in Toronto. That could be fun. I'm also just not putting in any effort to play in person. I think if I really wanted to, that could be something that I could probably pursue. But I don't want to play at some club and then get home at like 5 in the morning. That's not really fun either. I wonder if in a few years we'll be nostalgic for the current sound. If we're talking about UK, like this UK genre that we were just on the topic of, isn't that technically a resurgence and a nostalgia factor of a 2000 early 2000s version of the UK sound? Like it does feel like music is cyclical and just eventually kind of comes back. I guess similarly to like fashion, like how some fashion trends just come back every 10 to 20 years for no reason. Yeah, we haven't really had nostalgia for second stage of artists yet. It's always been the earliest music. True. Space Lace is type B, LOL. So much aura duel. Gritty Space. Thank you for doing my request. Yeah, true. Visa stuff. Trying to figure out what to cook up. Maybe. All right, here we go. Grit and Space Invaders. Neat. I did see someone comment earlier, I forget who, they weren't a fan of Nightcore boss fight, so I will entertain it. Here's the exact same. I'm going to do only drop 2. This is drop 2, but 3 keys down. You can barely hear the Space Invaders. Let's try over here. It feels, it's so crazy. Pitching it up 3 keys makes it a Space Invaders mesh, obviously because Space Invaders is not changed key. But it feels like the melody is so much more prevalent. Pitching it down, it just makes it grit, but with like extra elements. I want to hear the outro. Crazy different vibes and moods. All right, there we go. That was, what am I titling this? Grit Invaders, Space Grit. I think I'm just going to go with Space Grit. I like the sound of that more. File export loop. Space Grit. Enter. All right, chat's going crazy. Let me catch up. Is Halcyon dead? Haven't heard from them in a few years. I'm pretty sure they're not dead, but they've definitely declined in release, not quality, sorry, quantity, frequency, that's the better word. I don't really listen to Halcyon, so I cannot comment on their quality. What is this sound effect right here? Cool, I agree. Yeah, I believe they're still around. They've released stuff this year, if I'm pretty sure. I remember Duel saying they could have been a genuine rival to Disciple, NSD, etc. And yeah, I agree. Halcyon, yes. I think they could have been. I don't really know enough of the Halcyon history besides the fact that it was made by Ulasile, and Ulasile was such a staple on Disciple at the time. But I digress. I don't really know what went on with Halcyon. The only like lasting memory that I have of Halcyon is that apparently somebody released an EP and then like 2 days later unreleased it from Halcyon. That's like the craziest thing that I had ever heard happen. And I always like, I feel like that's such a crazy thing to happen, and for them to just be like, yeah, we decided to do that and we're not going to comment on it any further than that, which I understand why they wouldn't, right? There's contracts and stuff like that, but it's always like just been such an odd situation, and it's something that's always just like, unfortunately, I don't listen to any of the Halcyon music, so when I think of Halcyon, I think of that. And I don't even remember what the release was. But it was such a weird situation. There's some now done, at least in the niche of hyperpop-esque neo Y2K production. Dexamp EP was the most recent, I believe. I wonder what Disciple still hasn't officially announced defeat, LOL. I mean, Disciple is basically a one-man project at this point. It's just, like, the reason they haven't announced defeat is probably because they don't need to. They can still just release whenever they want. The only thing I don't really like about that, though, is that, okay, so the one guy that's running it is Vandals, isn't it? And it's kind of, I don't know, I don't like that Disciple is, like, still active, but very inactive. But then when they are active, like, 40% of the time it's a Vandals release, and I'm just like, this is just the Vandals label now. What am I following here? So it's a huge breath of fresh air whenever it's not Vandals, unfortunately. Which is unfortunate because I have been getting into Vandals' music more. But it's just like, if you're going to release, like don't make it the Vandals label, you know? Self-release it. At least that's how it feels as an outsider. Disciple is kind of in limbo. CMG hasn't really been treating them well, I assume. Dubstep is dead, chat. Dubstep isn't dead. Have you guys heard of Subsidia? I don't know. The website has been already down for months. They still release some stuff sometimes. Disciple is down? The website? Disciple.com. That's probably not going to work, right? I probably need to do Disciple Rex. It's going to take me to some... Disciple.com. Every Catholic is called to be a vibrant disciple. We can help you along the way. Coming in 2025. Guys, Disciple is coming back this year. In the months ahead, we're launching a new array of Catholic initiatives focused on evangelizing culture. Name and email. 2025 all reserved. Okay, let's try DiscipleRex.com. Squarespace. Website expired. The account has expired. If you're the site owner, click below to log in. That is funny. Disciple Rex. Let's just do this. Let's make sure. Investigated disciple is dead. I'm not reading that right now. Shop disciple, that's probably still working. If the shop doesn't work, you know they're screwed. I said, if the shop isn't working, you know they're screwed. It says redirecting. Okay, maybe disciple is dead. Chat, I don't know. It's not looking good. If the store isn't working. That might be a thing. The scene lives on Instagram now. It definitely feels like that. Why make a website you won't maintain if you can't just do it all on a corporate social media? I don't think Disciple is really a scene still at this point, but yeah, maybe. I mean, the bass music scene as a whole, all of EDM really, but I digress. Yeah, maybe it depends on how straight the audience is to BH. Hey, a man has fallen into the river in Liddy City. Liddy County. Halcyon's quality is good. All they were just to actually know I'm out. Starbrick 7. Could you do Smile by Affinity and Roy Knox X Smile by Spaghetti? There's a link in the description to a Google form. Submit your request there, and I will get to it when I get to it. But hopefully it'll be soon. I gotta speed up. I'm reading too much chat. Vandals has finally modernized their sound, and they just don't use it. Dodge and Fusky came back out of nowhere with some generic stuff. That's Dodge and Fusky. You can't be surprised that that's what they came back with. Dodge and Fusky has always been a basic AMO. Shop Disciple has been gone for a while. I'm out. Rip. Before the site died, they hadn't released merch in years. Y'all remember Belle Delphine? I remember Belle Delphine. Next mashup of the stream is from Benko. They want me to mash up Noir by Kaifu and Zuma. Speaking of dubstep, that's dubstep, right? Okay, maybe not dubstep, but adjacent. And As Alive as You Need Me to Be by 9 Inch Nails. Apparently, D flat major. It's E major? E major and E minor? That's a crazy combo. WTF is Liddy City. I'm reading Urban Dictionary and getting even more confused. Do I really want to read what Liddy City is? Liddy City. Urban Dictionary. This is an educational stream, as I always say. An amazing wonderland world where everyone wants to lit like Lil. You can reach Little City. It can be. I feel like I'm having an aneurysm reading that. Alrighty. Shout out Delphine X Disciple. True. Sonic's reference to a YouTube poop out of Lego City that became a meme a few years back. I think she was Rhythm Girl 04. Alright, what do we got here?
If I had a choice, me feel infection. It makes me feel infection. It's almost like a tongue.
I gotta do text. As alive as you need me to. BX Zuma? Is that the name of the song that I'm mashing? Zuma? No, I'm mashing Noir. Noir. Okay.
Infection. It's almost.
This is apparently 107 BPM. 107.
Infection. It's almost like a tongue on the infection. It's almost like a tongue on the back of. The way it makes me feel infection.
Okay. Ah, that is not dubstep. Alright, was it 110? Here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to extract the stems from the 9 Inch Nails track. I'm going to change the key of that track, EQing, call it a day, use Noir as a bass. That's what I'm thinking. Would that work? If D flat major is C sharp minor, which means I could pitch up Noir, or I could pitch down 9 Inch Nails. I guess we'll see which one works better and go from there. Where the hey at the end of the Kaifu song comes from. While she was still in the spotlight too, which is crazy. How's the stream going so far? I think the stream's going all right. Can't complain. I'm out of my element. I didn't stream last week, and then suddenly I'm like, I forgot how to stream. I forgot how to do mashups. But we're getting there. We're working on it. We're extracting some stems, which is why my camera is super low frame rate again. Frames be dropping. That's what we do around these parts. Every time we extract stems, we are extracting frames as well. I got recommended this one Instagram, well, they're a live streamer, but I guess they post on Instagram. It was called, he was named Low Frame Rate Spider-Man. Have you guys seen that? Basically, I guess this guy streams on Twitch, but like at 4 FPS, like the webcam. And it was some funny moments, because the guy would just be doing stuff, and then suddenly it would just be like, just like 1 frame later, they're just dead. I'm beating you up. I'm beating you up. I'm beating you up. Oh, I'm throwing elbows. Something like that. I don't know. Stems be extracting. Ah, we up. All right, stems are almost done extracting. There we go. No bass.
Almost like the tongue on the back. If I had a choice, connection. I never had a chance to catch my breath. Seeing the space between us, it's eating up the laying down, spinning the hole inside you. It's trying to find a way to let it sound out. Give me some. The way it makes me feel, infection. It's almost like a tongue on the back of my neck. I never had a choice, connection. I never had a chance to catch my breath. It's eating up the space between us. It's eating up the ball, laying down. It's filling up the hole inside you. It's trying to plant you. It's trying to find a way to let itself out. Feel infection. It feel infection. It's almost like a tongue on the back of my neck. I never had a choice, connection. I never had a chance to catch my breath. It's eating up the space between us. It's eating up the ball, laying down. It's filling up the hole inside you. It's trying to find a way to let itself out. Connection. I really the way it makes me feel, infection. It's almost like a tongue on the back of my neck. I never had a choice, connection. I never had a chance to catch my breath. It's eating up the space between us. It's eating up the ball, laying down. It's filling up the hole inside you. It's
I hate when I accidentally zoom into the max on FL Studio. Oh, this is a run ending mistake. Run ending mistake. Choke of the stream. Choke of the stream. There we go. Okay. I'm getting into the flow. I'm getting into the flow. I'm getting into a flow. I'm thinking if I cut it here to line up just like this. Something going on here? Hold on. I'm gonna pause the stream here. Do they have the funny webcam mic too? No, they do not. 3 frames in the past 30 seconds. Has it actually been that bad? I mean, the stream looks like it's alright. Oh, okay. Definitely like... Oh, wait. I'm extracting stripes there. Looks fine. The choke of the stream. Choke of the stream. That's what I said. That was me. That's crazy. This? I mean, it looks fine to me, but if it keeps acting up, as long as the, listen, what you guys see does not matter. Life is an illusion. What matters is the audio, and if the audio is fine, then we have no issues here. I think the verse starts 2 bars later than you placed the NIN song. Yeah, I adjusted for that, I believe.
Feel infection.
Starts here. This poor panda is too locked into your cries. I wish we had regimes to get their attention like we would on Twitch, like those VTubers that like you throw shit at them. Wow. When you were doing the Spider-Man bit, it was really bad. Not on purpose, but yeah. I need to get a stronger computer. I need to get a stronger computer. I had a whole line of thinking, but there's no further thinking that's required. I need to get a stronger computer. You know, can we all agree we all need a stronger computer? The vocals start 2 bars later. Move it, trust. All right. Which one? This one? I'm just gonna move the whole thing over, I guess. What is a bar? I'm just gonna guess it's this. No way you just read all this and skipped over the actual important part? I'm so sorry. What? I think there... No, I did this. That's what I cut this for. Because originally the song, like, starts later. A little more? Do I have to go back even farther? I'm so bad at reading today. Shout out Belle Delphine. Alright, I'm there. I think the verse starts 2 bars later than you placed the NIN song. I did move it. No? Like I'm not trying to, cause look, this is how the drums. I did start it later. Unless it's even later than that. The drums are delayed in the original. Oh, you know what? I haven't heard the song, and it sounds fine to me. The vocals are on 1. Here. Did I do it? Did I do it? Are we happy? There? Okay. 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 So wait, I adjusted it the correct amount, just the wrong way. That's what I've gathered. We did it, chat? All right. Cut all this. Now I'm really screwing it up here. There we go. Alrighty. Mashup done. Screw Nine Inch Nails. I don't listen to their music enough. I know probably I cannot name a single, except for As Alive As You Need Me to Be, I cannot name a single Nine Inch Nails song. And you know what? Maybe it is better that it is left that way. Done. I want to fix the drums here actually. Oop, there we go. I'm going to fix one more thing. I don't got enough space to move back. Actually, I could just do this. There we go. There we go. All right. We need a title for As Long As You Need Me to Be and Noir. Noir As You Need Me to Be? As Noir As You Need Me to Be. That sounds like blackface, actually. Maybe not that. As Alive As You Need Me to... You Need to Be Noir was the other idea that I just got, which is also just not, and probably not a good idea either. Tron Noir, since the song's from Tron era, Ares. You know what? That might be a good idea. I like that one. Let's go with that. That was fun. I like that one. It gave me much torment, but I like it. That one was good. And I'm gonna take the name suggestion from earlier. What was it? Tron semicolon noir. I like that. That file name is not valid. It is because of the semicolons. We're going to put a dash instead. There we go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. We did a chat. We got his attention. History books will need to be rewritten. Everything else will be a footnote. Super sad the halftime wasn't included, but that's all right. Yes, submitted clapping emoji. All right, I've closed submissions. No more submissions, but I've got 3 more ahead of me. So the next one is Adriel.f.l. If you're still in the chat, please let me know. I want to give them a shout out because they are the first person that has ever checked off that they are a $150 YouTube member. I have a feeling they are not, but I will still do the mashup regardless. They've got a really interesting request. They want me to mash up Gangnam Style by Psy and Digital Friends by No Mana and Sophie. So that seems interesting. Adriel is in the chat. Hello there. How's it going? Control X. I'm trying to suppress my annoyingness, but it's a colon, not a semicolon. Get dunked on. It will happen again. What? I put that? Yeah, there's a question for if you're a YouTube member, and if you are, to put what kind of YouTube member, and you put that you are a $150 YouTube member, which I don't believe you, but it is okay. It is funny. It is funny. All right, let me get these songs downloaded. There we go. I'm trying to remember the last time I've done a Gangnam Style mashup, and I genuinely don't remember. But Gangnam Style is an evergreen tune. People will always enjoy Gangnam Style. It is a song that is for the history books, and I will always enjoy making a mashup out of it. Educational stream moment, that is true. See, like, subconsciously, I know it's a colon and not a semicolon, but I've grown up, like, I've always known it to be a semicolon, so I'd rather just be wrong, because it makes me feel better about myself, and get good. Got him. Got him. Oh, I'm not. I put that there by accident. I figured. It's all good. I just wanted to point it out because I thought it was funny. Alrighty. So I'm going to need a moment here while I do some shenanigans. Do this. Do that. We can get Digital Friends. What does Digital Friends sound like again? Because I don't remember. Op, 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 op from Gangnam Style. So here's what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, was 132 allegedly? 132 is I'm going to line it up and I'm just gonna start extracting the stems. I do not want the Sophie vocals. It is not 132. Me too, Sophie. Let me tell you what. Extract stems. While we're extracting stems, I'm going to lose frames. I'm going to catch up on the chat here. It's not even $150 anymore. It's $99. Is it? Oh, you know what? No. It's 150 CAD. That's why. Because yeah, then it translates to about 100 US, which would make sense. Space Invaders is 6 years. Interesting. Is Gangnam Style just one of those songs that goes with everything? Maybe, yeah. I mean, it's mostly it's not a rap, right? Like but like there's spoken word. So anything that's just spoken is gonna work well because there's no like melodic content in it, I guess, for lack of better words. Obviously, when he goes like "a sexy lady," like that's got melody, right? So that's gonna have to be layered a particular way. But everything else, like I don't know the rest of the lyrics. I used to know Gangnam Style off the top of my head. Even like the pronunciation, not so much anymore. But like that's probably why it goes so well with a lot of other songs. I'd like to go to South Korea someday. I think it'd be cool to go to North Korea too, but like South Korea, I'd like to go someday. I never realized how close it is geographically in proximity to Japan. Like you can literally take a I've seen so much like tourism content where it's just like you can go to Japan and then you can take a 2-hour ferry and you're suddenly in Korea. I've been to Korea once. It was for a layover, and that's it. Wish I was less responsible with my money so I could do funny stream things. No, listen, I enjoy putting the option there for people to give me $100 US, but I would never recommend somebody give me $100 US. But I'm gonna give the option, you know, if you really want to. But I would never recommend anybody do it, you know? If you really want to, there's the $1 option, which I will always recommend. But I would never recommend anybody give me $100 US. But the option's there. I won't stop you. But I would never recommend it. It would be irresponsible as a YouTuber and the power dynamic to tell my audience to give me $100 US. But if it suddenly appeared in my account, I mean, who am I to complain? Oh man, this works. This works. This works.
Gangnam Style.
All right. You can't just cut out Sophie's vocals. But what if I want to? What if I want to? All right? Listen, unfortunately, if I had to choose between Psy and Sophie, I'm going to go with Psy on this one. Text reminder? Yeah, you right. You right. Dig it alt for ends? Nope. For F for ends. There we go. X Gangnam Style. It's in all caps. All right, we got to do all caps. We got to honor it. Gangnam Style. There we go. Okay. Virtual Riot Redline also goes with everything, so maybe I should match Gangnam Style with that for the ultimate Swiss Army knife, LMAO. 800 USD. Listen, if somebody suddenly gave me 800 USD, I would be concerned for their well-being, but I would also be concerned for myself. Well, YouTube is not bad with chargebacks, right? Screw it. I need to make an $800 member. I don't think YouTube actually offers you the option for an $800 tier. I believe it caps off at 100 US, probably for the better. I've had issues with like very parasocial people. I cannot even begin to imagine what would happen if somebody gave me 800 USD and suddenly assumed we were friends. I'm just the music guy in your television screen, in your mobile phone, all right? Don't think we're best friends, please.
오빤 강남 스타일. 강남 스타일. 오빤 강남 스타일. 강남 스타일. 오빤 강남 스타일. Sexy lady. 오빤 강남 스타일. Sexy lady.
gotta shorten this. I also gotta put a marker here. Let's put a marker right over here. Time signature. Shrink this.
성숙해 보이지만 볼 땐 노는 여자 이때다 싶으면 내가 그런 사랑해 아름다워 사랑스러워 그래 너 그래 바로 너 아름다워 사랑스러워 그래 너 그래 바로 너
Gonna shrink it here.
오빤 강남 스타일 강남 스타일 오빤 강남 스타일
I need another marker here. How much time do I got? Oh, I got 2 minutes. I'm vibing. I'm so vibing. I didn't even. I feel like 7 minutes have passed. Like I'm chilling. What app to use for mashups like these sounds great, by the way. I'm using FL Studio. I have the maximum paid tier, but you don't need to pay any money to make a mashup like this. You could, well, you might need the paid version for the stem extraction. I don't know for sure, but just download the FL Studio demo. It's completely free, and it's really easy to jump into making mashups like this. Okay, it's going too long. It's going too long. We need to cut this short. So wait, actually, that'll just work. If I just cut it like that and then just extend this, this lines up perfectly. Yeah, there we go.
오빤 강남 스타일
There we go. Mashup's basically done. Giving money doesn't make you best friends. It would be impossible because we're already best friends because I'm in the chat every week and he doesn't have any more room for any other best friends. True. This is way too good. I'm dying. What after I already read that? Gangnam Friends. That's a good one. I like Gangnam Friends. It's even easier to have do it. Stem extraction is $150 USD plan, I believe. Then in that case, stem extraction might be a paid aspect, but there's a ton of free stem extraction services and softwares. So I cannot recommend one off the top of my head because I only basically use FL Studio stem extraction. Was it MVSEP? MVSEP, that's a good one, I think. There we go. MVSEP, right? That's one. I've heard really good stuff about MVSEP, but I've never used it. I maybe used it like once or twice, so I don't know how to use it, but it's free. What was it the other one? Ultimate Vocal Remover. This one's really good. I've used this one before. It has bricked my computer once before though, so hopefully they fix that. Alternatively, I might have just overclocked it too hard by accident. But UVR5, that's really good. I believe it's free. Yeah, free open source. So there's a lot of options. I used to use one website. It was called, I don't remember what it's called, unfortunately. Yeah, those are the two recommendations that I've got for you. So you don't need to pay anybody to start making mashups. So go crazy, go stupid. Good luck, have fun. Stay safe, don't die. Why do you have the all plugins edition? Ha ha ha. The long story short is I feel like FL Studio has given me such an incredible opportunity and has been instrumental in me becoming the person that I've become, that I've made enough money where I was like, you know what? Not only, well, first of all, right? So I'll admit I used to use a cracked allegedly in a video game. Then I used it for free for like 2 years because I switched over to Mac. I use this bad boy. I use this laptop. I don't like Apple software, but it is like the one thing that I ever bought from them, never again. And FL Studio, FL Studio didn't have an illegal, allegedly, version on the MacBook at the time. So I was like, well, I'm just going to use FL Studio for free. So I used the FL demo for like 2 years. Eventually I bought it. And then over the course of like, because you can buy FL Studio and then you can buy a higher tier at a later date. So over the course of like 2 Black Friday sales, I was just like, well, I've made money off of YouTube and stuff like that. I'm just gonna max out on the stuff. Because there's a couple like paid plugins that I really like from FL Studio, but you have to like pay for the higher version. But yeah, that's basically the only reason why I have the all plugins version, just because, not because you need it to do anything. Thanks. I've been a fan of your channel since 2018, and you never miss a beat. Keep up the great work. I appreciate it. Thank you, Starbrick7. Do you gang damn friends or digital style? Sad face, because why not? All right, here we go. This is Gangnam Friends. Here we go. You know what? Wait, hold on. I'll give you guys a little bit of Sophie as a treat. Whoops. There you go. That's all the Sophie you guys get. Oh my goodness.
오빤 강남 스타일 강남 스타일 낮에는 따사로운 인간적인 여자 커피 한 잔에 여유를 아는 품격 있는 여자 밤이 오면 심장이 뜨거워지는 여자 그런 반전 있는 여자 나는 선호해 낮에는 너만큼 따사로운 그런 선호해 커피 식기도 전에 원샷 때리는 선호해 밤이 오면 심장이 터져버리는 선호해 그런 선호해 아름다워 사랑스러워 그래 너 그래 바로 너 아름다워 사랑스러워 그래 너 그래 바로 너 지금부터 갈 때까지 가볼까 오빤 강남 스타일 강남 스타일 오빤 강남 스타일 강남 스타일 오빤 강남 스타일 섹시 레이디 오빤 강남 스타일 섹시 레이디 성숙해 보이지만 놀 땐 노는 여자 이때다 싶으면 묶었던 머리 푸는 여자 가렸지만 웬만한 노출보다 야한 여자 그런 감각적인 여자 나는 선호해 점잖아 보이지만 놀 땐 노는 선호해 내가 되면 완전 미쳐버리는 선호해 번역보다 사상이 올통벌통한 선호해 그런 선호해 아름다워 사랑스러워 그래 너 그래 바로 너 아름다워 사랑스러워 그래 너 그래 바로 오빤 강남 스타일 강남 스타일 오빤 강남 스타일 강남 스타일 오빤 강남 스타일 섹시 레이디 오빤 강남 스타일 섹시 레이디 섹시 레이디 오빤 강남 스타일 섹시 레이디 오빤 강남 스타일
This could make me cry under the right conditions. Fan of Portal 2. Am I next? The answer, No, because the person that is next is Eric James Online. They've requested that I mash up Starlight's Hype with You Got That by Halogen. Halogen You Got That is a crazy throwback. How did the meme go? This is Mafia. This is Mafia. No, that's the other. That's another whole other meme. This is the freaking, was it Dancing Ricardo? Got that something that I need, gonna like, cause you need to, cause you got that. All right, this is named. What were we naming it? Digital Gangnam Style. Digital Gangnam Style. But after Eric James Online is Michael Elder, and then after Michael Elder is the last mashup of the stream, Fan of Portal 2. So that is the current lineup that we've got here. This is so peak, fucking so real. Love me some Recession P.O. Pop. No, this is Ricardo Milos. The Funny. That's how Mafia works. That is a throwback. X. There we go. All right, let's delete these markers. So what do we got here? We got You Got That. I've got it. You've got it. And we got Hype. What is Hype? Yeah, okay. I see the vision. I see the vision. Both 124, both allegedly the same key. Crazy. What work do I have here? Just pressing play at the same time. Something that I've wanted to try, which I think would be a fun YouTube video, is to make a DJ set exclusively through YouTube tabs. Like, it would have to be one tempo, but I feel like I could do it. I think it'd be funny. People be like, "Oh, I can't afford this," or "I've only got like this really bad computer." It's like, don't worry, I got you. All right, so what if I don't want to do anything? Sure. Easy mashup right here, I guess. I heard the Starlight song from a streamer I used to watch his announcement video regarding prizes he gave away during a subathon, and yes, I thought of the Halogen song. I may be slow, but I wasn't last. Smiley face. That's what matters. If you're not first, you are not last. I don't know where I was going with that. I feel like I had something more grandiose to say, and I blanked out. My mind is a library of miscellaneous shit, including music references. So the mash may be the slowest BPM of the night, depending on how you subdivide. Browser rave. That's the mash guys. Who's next? LMAO. Yeah, I'm done. I don't even need to start the timer. Now we'll start it. Play. Although I feel like I don't even need to do any EQing. Like, it sounds good to me already. It's just gonna be a compositional thing, right? So we got an intro already. We can clean this up marginally, something like this. Oh, that just cuts out there. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Something like that. A little bit of a funny. Duel, I think you forgot to drag in the second song. True. There's just one song now.
It's got that like you, 'cause you got that.
Hold on. Here. This is the most music editing I'm going to do in this mashup. I'm going to make this one section triplets. Look at me. This is what you call attention to detail, all right? This is what's going to set me apart from the AI. Maybe like this would be better, actually. Cut all this. Oh, this is long. 1, 2. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Yeah, the only way I could imagine making this more intertwined with each other would be to either extracting the stems from You Got That, which to be honest I don't think would be that good, or, and I still got 2 minutes, is there a way I could make this a little more fancy? Okay, something like that. What do we got over here? Neat. Ooh, and the timer finished right at the exact same time. Easy. Yeah, this is good. What is it? You got that hype? I forgot to. Oh, I did not mean to click on that. Whoopsie daisy. Hype X. You got that. There we go. Just in time. Trying to submit my song on the Google form, and I had a quick question. Why do you need my email? The reason I ask for emails is just to prevent people from submitting multiple mashups in a row. It allows me to ensure that each person gets one mashup in a stream and only one mashup per stream. I don't do anything else with email. I don't have like any sort of email listings or anything like that. I've never sent anybody an email. And at the end of the stream, I delete all of my requests. So I don't keep a record of it. That said, I mean, usually people use the same email when they're submitting for the next mashup. So there's that. But that's all. That's the reason why I ask for emails. One of the easiest mashups that have ever been submitted to the stream, LOL. Bring in that whole mash while you're at it. Email is for contact. Email is for verification. I'm not here. You can't see me. You got hype. All right. We'll play this out. And then next mashup is Michael Elder 8882, who apparently is not here. So we will decide if we will make the mashup. Here we go.
got that. Cause you 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 got that. Like you, cause you got that. Something that I need in my life, so give it to me. Cause you got that. Like you, cause you got that. Something that I need in my life, that I need. Cause you got that. Cause you got that. Cause you got that. Like you, cause you got that. Something that I need. Cause you got that. Like you, cause you got that. Something that I need. Cause you got that. 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 Cause you got that. Like you, cause you got that. Something that I need in my life, so give it to me. Like you, cause you got that. Something that I need in my life, that I need. Got that.
Neat. Yeah, that's a solid mash. No notes. I mean, for myself, these cuts are too big. I probably should have done half step cuts like this, which could probably be a very easy fix if I just hit them with one of these. Something like this. Just add just an extra little bit. Not that one. Something like that. Maybe add some like just fades like that to prevent any clicks happening. I'll do them here as well. Quick, easy peasy lemon squeezy fix. Not that one. And then just mastering. Doing a proper master on this. But yeah, I like this one. This is good. Delete this. Excuse me. Let me catch up on the chat here. Bring in that whole mash while you're at it. Email. I already read this. You got hype. That's probably what I'm gonna have to go. What I'm gonna go with. Yeah, you got hype. Or you got that hype. My message did not go through. Still here, by the way. You should bring it back, digital friends, for this. No, I'm not gonna do that. It's already perfect. I don't want to mess with it any further. Pray that I do not alter the terms of the agreement further. You got that hype. Enter. You hype that? That's also a good one. That would have been a good one. No Michael. Quad mash inbound. I think so. All right. Mr. Michael Elder. So I've got a question for you, right? So Michael Elder wants me to mash up Mala's Badman, or is it Badman by Mala? Or is it Mala by Badman or Badman by Mala? Anyways, it's that one. Oh, Mala's the artist because it's alter ego. Right. So this is a Monster Cat song I've not heard of yet, but it is cool to see Mala on Monster Cat. Malister Cat. So we got this one. And then you put here that you wanted me to mash Skrillex's Recess, and then you put the entire Skrillex Recess album. I am not going to mash the entire Skrillex Recess album. But I see that there is a track named Recess with Kill the Noise. Are you talking about that? Allegedly, Michael, if you are here. I will spoil it for myself, actually. What is Bad Man? It's drum and bass, right? Alright, that's all I get for myself. And then, okay, so you said Recess. Badmanchun. Sorry, I'm at the track. You are correct, is what I would say if I was here. I believe it. Some say we can still hear their voice to this day. Must be the wind. Alright, I don't think I've heard Recess before. Oh, I might have heard of Recess. Schrodinger's Michael. Yep, sounds like something that would be called the Bad Man, alright. Yeah. Here's my idea. I want drum and bass. I want Skrillex drum and bass. That is my idea. That is my genre defining, boundary breaking idea. So you said this is 104? Is this a good idea? I feel like this is not a good idea. 89? 89 times 2. 178. This feels like a bad idea, but it is an idea nevertheless. Also, I have to pitch this down one. Something like that. That's my vision. I don't know. I'm going to trust myself on this one. That is my game plan. Let's extract the stems from the. I almost said excision. We're going to extract the stems from the Skrillex track. What do we got here? Bad Man. That's another thing I haven't been able to get into. The specific brand of drum and bass that got popular through artists like Subfocus and Dimension. I would have to hear what subgenre of drum and bass you're referring to, because I don't listen to either of those artists. I think I've listened to one Dimension song. I'm more of a jump up neurotech whoop. I can't lie, the production is immaculate and they do have some gems, but a lot of those DMB tracks sound the same. I mean, I know Mala is like huge in the drum and bass scene, right? I just don't know exactly what entails of their music. This is going to be my first introduction to them. Dance floor drum and bass is its scientific name. It's in that weird territory where it technically sounds really good, but it's also really boring. I mean, I guess it's one of those things where it's like it's technically like it's like from a technical perspective, like, right? It's a impressive, probably very well thought out, very well executed track. But drum and bass is almost like a solved genre at this point. Like, it's existed for so long and there's so many really professional artists doing their thing that you've already heard the best of that genre, and any further innovation is probably going to come from introducing other genres, hearing new sounds in that genre, and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Similarly to, like, I think with like house music. Oh, is my stream buffering? Come back to me. I'm almost done extracting stems. And there we go. Similar to house though. House music is a solved genre. Is how I like describing it. We solved the DNB before solving chess. Isn't it isn't chess solved down to like the 7 pieces or something like that? But yeah, that's kind of what I've been saying about like certain genres as of late, because I feel like it's hard to describe that there's like a ceiling that we've reached with certain particular genres of music, and calling it a solved genre I feel like is exactly perfect. Techno is another genre that's like solved only because I've decided techno is a solved genre because it has such stupid subgenres that are too particular. Once you get into a genre of music that is too particular, then it's like it's solved. Dubstep is dub. Now the question is dubstep solved? I don't know yet. I haven't decided if we've solved it yet. I think maybe the atonal types we've solved, right? We have so many atonal subgenres of dubstep. Like dubstep is solved in that regard, right? But like melodic, we're getting there. We're not quite solved in the melodic section yet. So I guess, but per that definition, dubstep is not solved, but we're getting there. We're making big waves as of late. There's vocals in this track. Okay, but like I like Badman vocals more. Girls be like, OMG, the vocals are so deep, they made me cry. The vocals. We are bad. All right. Mute this. Mute this. Here's what I'm gonna do. Easy peasy. I just realized I did not do the text. I didn't do the text. Badman X recess. There we go. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. So we go into a second drop here. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut that all out. I'm going to drag and drop this over here, and then, oh, too much. Do this. Okay, mashup is done. All right, but I know that is a very unsatisfying result, I think. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to also experiment with the tempo. So what if we slow down Bad Man? That seems like a bad idea. We're going to try it. So was it 104 is the original tempo? What's going to happen? Now, what if we do dubstep tempo? What was that, 150, 150, I want to do 155. I'm feeling a 155 here. We can also do breaks. What is that, a 130, 132, 132? What kind of tempo are we feeling? What tempo are we feeling? I'm pretty open to whatever. I don't feel strongly about any particular tempo. I think I might actually like it more at 104, which is the original recess tempo. That's kind of cool. Or we roll the dice here and we just do two tempos. 170. What was the other one? 178 technically. There you go. That's what we're going to do. We're doing two tempos on this one. The first ever mashup request with two tempos. X. There we go. At least I think it is the first one. I don't know for sure. Fire, fire, fire. All Lamau, the tempo is yes. 104 for me. You've been slacking on the text today? Yeah. Yeah, I guess I have. Trifecta style melodic dubstep is solved. IMO. That is a fair take. Yes. But here's the thing, right? We can't go into specifics, which I know is exactly what I did, right? You can't say, well, I can't say like atonal dubstep is figured out or a specific type of melodic dubstep is figured out. It's either I got all dubstep is figured out or none of dubstep is figured out. You know, it's all the entire genre, right? So house music, solved. Definitely solved. Drum and bass, I think is solved. Techno, I think is solved. Hardstyle, I don't think is solved. Which is probably why I'm a little bit iffy. Because like techno and hardstyle, they kind of bleed a little bit. Hardstyle, I don't think is a solved genre. I think there's still some innovation to be made there. Drum and bass though, heck yeah, solved. And house music, solved. Dubstep, I think we're getting there. But we're not quite there yet. You know what's not solved? Trap music, not solved. It'll never be solved. Alright, here we go. Bad Man and Recess. Oh my goodness. There we go. That one was fun. I liked it. File, export, zip loop package. I'm titling this one. I'm just gonna title like bad recess, I guess. There we go. Alrighty. Last mashup of the stream. For the Space Invaders fans out there, we've got a reprise, but this time it's the LM remix. And Without You by Exel. This was requested by fan of Portal 2. When am I getting Portal 2 OST? The question I think about every night. Okie dokie. So let's see what we got here. We've got G minor, allegedly, which I guess we agree, or I realized it is G minor. And then we've got A minor. Shouldn't be too difficult. Okay, I have an idea of what do I do? A sharp, G. I want to try pitching down Without You and then speeding it up. That is what I'm feeling right now. Type in BPM 120. Oh shoot! Hold on. I gotta. There we go. I was like trying to. Kept reminding myself I need to reinitialize the tempo because the automation is gonna screw it up, and then I completely forgot. Okay. Put that in the channel. Whoops. Put that in the channel. Alright, I think I've got an idea. Portal 2 has songs that are too chill, so we gotta request an ambient mashup. Elm? Oh yeah, that's Elm, alright. Yeah, that's definitely got that classic Elm style. Alright, here we go. Okay. Okay, shrink this. Actually, I want to shrink this as well. it changes key. Oh, it just goes a little jazzy, actually. It doesn't really change keys. Hold on. We can salvage this, something like this. This needs to be improvised. 1, 2, 3, 4. So technically, 1, 2. Cut this to here. I've got 1 minute here. 1 minute. Hold on. Hold on. I think I'm gonna do. Wait, I've just cut this. Delete this. Delete this. Delete this. There we go. Lines up. Easy peasy. What is here? Oh, that's a perfect fake out. Hold on. Cut all this. Hold on, hold on. Alright, here's the game plan. I'm not even going to touch the second half. I'm just going to hope for the best that it sounds okay. Actually, I can do this, cut that. I'm just going to do this. That's all I'm going to do. There we go. Mashup done. Done! Alright, first drop sounded cool. Second drop, I just did not have enough time. But I'm pretty happy with how it is. Both are 6 years too, I think. I think both change keys. No, the Without You is just a little jazzy in that midsection. I wouldn't say it's enough of a change to say that it's a key change. This over here as well is like, it's just a minor progression change, but it still goes back into the existing key. Alright, here we go. We need a title for, I forgot to change the title. I clicked on the wrong slide again. Space Invaders, in brackets LM, remix, X, without you, exclamation mark. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I think the first drop was definitely a lot more cohesive. The second drop was just too much white noise, so I would have had to adjust the EQs. But I like this combo. This was a cool combo. Who is the second artist? The artist of Without You is an artist by the name of Exyl. You can spell it EXYL. We need a title for this: Space Invaders and Without You, which I guess would just be Without Space Invaders, which is what I'm going to do. Without Space Invaders. Enter. There we go. And just like that, we've reached the end of another successful mashup stream. Now that we've reached the end, usually what I like to do at the end of my streams, for those of you who are stuck around, is I like to put a little sneaky peeky of stuff that is to come coming up soon. And I actually do have something to show and tell this time. Hold on. I posted a picture in my Discord server. If you guys are in it, you might have seen it. This might be a very tiny screenshot. Paper Skies Canvas Duality album mashup. I have finally finished it. Some of you guys might have seen a couple streams where I was working on it, and I've talked about it passively. Let's see if I can open it. There it is. Boop. There you go. I'm going to play it in full. And that's going to be my sneaky peeky of the stream. But here it is. I also remember last stream, I think it was Benko, I don't remember for sure, but somebody was just like, if I'm going to be sneaky peeking a mashup, I might as well show the project. So here's the project. All the songs. Yeah, Listen to Him, Canvas, Believe Me, By My Side, Bounce, and Dive Deep. So I'm going to play this out, and yeah. I think it's pretty cool. Took me a little bit to get the idea down, but after that I was just cleaning up. Something different I requested this time. I don't usually like remix songs like that, but it's not bad, TBH. Please no ping on Discord, sad face. The pings will continue until morale improves. Anyways, here's the mashup.
Canvas system, one previous message.
So after 10 years, I think I know what I finally want to do with this thing.
Initiating skies. Just believe in me.
Listen to him. Listen.
Just believe in me.
What if we were meant to let go of the wheel? Is there a second chance to confess the way we feel? You could be the one to my Achilles heel, and it hurts to admit that the weight is getting tighter. We're close to letting go, dancing with survival, and you're my only hope. And I need you to know. I pull the trigger, try to break your bones, but a ricochets on me. But I feel I believe in you.
Listen to him.
I said I was going to play the entire thing, but I like the second drop too much. And I gotta make you guys wait for something. So, full version will be out at some point, probably next week. I gotta make a video for it. I'll figure out how to make a video for it. But yeah, I'll play a little bit. That's all you get. That's all you get. That's all you get. But yeah, this one was fun. It's basically done. I just gotta make a video for it. I gotta make an album cover for it as well. But that is my show and tell for the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna catch up on the chat just before I head out. I love how FL Chan is like an antenna on the cat's head. Awesome. I feel betrayed now. Sometimes I gotta change my mind. I'm a bit of a mind changer. I'm a bit of a big thinker in that regard. Axel makes unique songs. I think that's true. Will you ever do a Monster Cat yearly mashups again? I want to. I do want to, but I cannot promise it. Just because I now work full time. I've got responsibilities. I am no longer a student in high school that was skipping all of their homework and with holiday breaks. Honestly, I would keep doing it. I think I'd want to rethink how to best do it, especially because when I probably stopped making those yearly mashups at a perfect time because that was pre-Silk. Now there's Monster Cat Silk. So I don't even want to think about how I'd have to juggle all of that. So I don't really know. But it's not off the table. It's not like I'm never doing them ever again. I do want to, but it's not something that I want to promise, and it's something that I still have to think about what the best way to move forward is to do that, if I was to do it. We'll see, but no promises. Mostly sort of chill, just like Ivy Comb, but there's so many Monster Cat songs. There are a lot of Monster Cat songs. There sure are a lot of Monster Cat songs. I also used to do it with friends, and those friends are now very busy with their lives. They've got lives that they're building, work, school, maybe even families. I don't know yet. I don't know about families, but definitely work and school. So I don't know. Or I could just go full solo. That could also be a fun challenge. I've never done a Monster Cat mashup of that scale completely on my own. That could be fun. But like I said, no promises. Anyways, thanks everybody that joined the stream. Thanks everybody that is hanging out. If you're not in the Discord, link is in the description. I will be live on Saturday, this coming Saturday, around, I want to say 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to finish the Monster Cat marathon. Oh, that's going to be a mission. All right. Silver Skies singular tier, 2.4K Monster Cat vids. But yeah, anyways, thanks for popping out. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.